So you were doing the college thing.
Yeah, yeah. I was playing college baseball, and I just, you know, it wasn't doing enough for me. The team, there wasn't a work ethic or anything like that, and I just didn't feel like I was getting anything out of it. And I wanted to do something more, and I always wanted to be a SEAL. And my second year, I went to my coach and I was like, "Hey, I'm not coming out this year." And I put in a whole year of training for buds to go to make sure I was ready for it. And once I was doing my training, I was just messing around on the computer one night, and that's when I found your camp. And once I came there, man, when I came back, it was just like I was a man on fire. I had to go do it right away, because just coming out there was really motivating for me, and it just showed me all the other things that there was to the lifestyle, and what it meant to really be a SEAL. Freaking going through all the hard times with your brothers and stuff. Everything about it builds you into a stronger person, and builds a lot of character. And you only get to do so much in this short life. You might as well go all out for it. So that's it's just a passion that I had for it, and I went once. I didn't make it. I quit, but I let that. I had to forget about it for a little while, but I'm foaming out the mouth now to get back, and I gotta go through a lot of crap to get there, but I will get back this time, and I will do it right. So
Now you were a stud down here, physically, a rock star, and a really fit in well with the guys. You just did a bang up job down here, head of the line. So you get through boot camp. You do. How was pre-buds for you?
Pre-buds, they do everything on this. It's kind of on a level that meets everybody. I wasn't a big fan of it, really, because I don't think they pushed us hard enough. I came from, training a lot harder to it kind of, mellowing out a little bit. There was a few things I really did like about it that did help me get prepared. That was, you do a lot of swimming with the fins, and, that's a lot different than, the side stroke without them, And you work on your drown-proofing techniques there. And they're doing the underwater knot tying now, too. So those things I really did like. I don't train enough in prep, but, they're probably making changes to it now. It's probably different from when I went through it. It's a lot better this time.
So you get out the buds, and you did the NDOC thing. Now, how was first phase? How was your running? How was your swimming, your push-ups, the physical stuff?
Oh, it was great. I did tons of pushes. I'd do 1,000 push-ups, every other day. When the instructors dropped me, I was just like, you can drop me all day, I don't care. The swimming, I was a pretty good swimmer. It's a lot different than swimming in a pool. You're guiding, and I really recommend for guys to practice head out of the water. Kind of visualizing what
Hey,
you're
Ryan.
towards.
Hey, bro, you're breaking up pretty
Am I
bad
breaking
again.
up again?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, give it a try.
These freaking bears suck here. I would say practice taking your head out of the water and looking, because that's one thing I wasn't very good at. I wasn't a very good guider, but my swim buddy was. He was pretty good about helping us get through those swims.
Yeah, that's why we do the screening test down here for the guys to, in open water. No lane markers on the bottom of the ocean, dude.
No.
Yeah. So, what were you having trouble on some of the swims by that, or did your buddy guide you pretty well?
There's I think we only failed one swim, me and my swim buddy. So we usually made the times pretty easy. We just there's one time where we guided really bad and we went way off course, and I think that was the only one we had trouble with. But
what about the O course, push-ups, the runs? Any other thing that you had a little bit of trouble with?
The 4 mile time runs I never had a problem with. We usually we never ran them on the soft sand or anything. We were in those on the hard pack. But on the O course, I always had trouble getting over that the high wall with the rope. And this one thing I wish I would have done more before I went in was more pull-ups and stuff, because you're using a lot of upper body strength, pulling yourself over a lot of obstacles, and by the time you get to the slide for life, your forearms are burning pretty bad. You got to get down that thing and hit that rope swing and keep going. So I would say, I was pretty mediocre at the O course. I'd make the time under 10, which would save me from getting a beating. But I wasn't fast like some of these other guys that were going through it. They're, getting through in 7 minutes. So
you were knocking that O course out in 7 minutes?
Oh, I didn't. Some other guys were. I like, the thing that sucks is your first one, you need to fly through it, because if you suck on your first one, then they let all the fast guys go first, and then you're getting stuck behind people at different points. You know how they get stockpiled behind a certain obstacle. So I would say make your first one a good one. Otherwise, you're going to be having to pass people up on all the other ones, which sucks, because you could be sitting there waiting to get on the slide for life.
Now, how many guys were originally in your class, you remember?
235.
And what month did you start training?
We started January.
There you go. So you had a cold first phase, man.
Yeah, it was really cold.
January, you're going to get it. You spend 6 months in buds. You're going to get the cold weather one way or another. You're not going to be able to avoid it. So, but first phase up to that point, the drown proofing and all your pull work, everything else was going pretty good?
Yeah, I never really struggled too much with the drown proofing and pull work, but I will say the underwater knot tying was pretty intense. I had one chief, he liked to cinch all my knots down after I got done tying them, and it's kind of hard getting them untied while I was down there trying to hold my breath for so long and tie those knots. So make sure you know your knots before you go out there.
Yeah, were you where were you doing your knot tying at? Was it in the tower or in the pool?
Pool.
Over on the amphib base?
Yeah, I don't think they do the tower anymore.
No, I was just wondering. But now for these guys, now that pool is not heated, right?
I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. There's there's a couple times where we were sitting on the pool deck and, you know, I wanted to get in the water because it was freezing cold outside.
Yeah, and that's the you know, an important thing for guys. You know, they practice the 50-meter underwater swim. They practice it out. Just help you out. The pool over there is not heated, and you know, guys will practice this shit up at the YMCA. They'll practice it in the pool in July. There's no pressure on you. There's no pressure to perform. This isn't you're not going to be thrown out, you know, when you're playing around with it. And when you jump into that fucking cold pool over at the Amphib base, whatever you can do in a pool at the YMCA, you might as well just shove that shit right out the door. The amount of pressure that's on you to tie those knots, as cold as that water is, you're... It's tough, man. It's tough going through. January is a bitch out there.
Yeah.
But everything else was going pretty good?
Yeah. Those, you know, the conditioning runs are always hard, you know. You know, I kept up with them most of the time, but you know, there's a lot of times on the way back where you just lose them there at the end, and well, that's what happened to me a couple times. I lost them right at the end a couple times, which sucks because, you know, then you got to pay the man and get your butt kicked a little more, you know.
Like the Goon Squad?
What was that?
Goon Squad?
Yeah, Goon Squad.
So, huge help for these guys hearing that. Ryan, out of your whole class, if, you know, would you give yourself, could you put yourself in a place in that class, like saying in the upper half, lower half, upper percentage of the class? Where would you have said after, you know, a few weeks in the buds, where you were standing in that class?
I probably would have put myself in at least the top 25%. I never failed anything physically except one swim, and all the guys really liked me a lot. You know, I put out for my team, and you know, they want, like, I'd have guys trying to stand next to me right before the log PTs because they knew I was gonna hold that shit up for them. They're stuck in a little bit, you know. But yeah, basically, you know, you just put out for your guys, and I think that's what makes, you know, you one of the better dudes if you're willing to help your buddy out when they need it.
There you go. Now, do you remember kind of just roundabout what kind of your PST scores were before you went to Buds?
Yeah, I was running well, the swim I was about probably a 920, and then push-ups I was doing about 100, sit-ups 100. My pull-ups were weak before I went. I was only doing like 13 or 14, and then my run was about a 912.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You know, the pull-ups I always tell guys about 15, you know, is a good one, but rock strong all the way around, and, you know, Buds is so much upper body strength, and, you know, when you mention that, and then you mention the pull-ups and the tower, trying to get over the wall and stuff, so, but rock solid scores, man. I mean, you fucking stand out, and you're upper 25% of a January class, and you started with how many again, bro?
235. I think we went into Hell Week with a little over 100. I want to say like 110. And I think we finished, my class finished with 70.
So now Hell Week starts, and it sucks. It's hard for anybody to know, no matter what you teach, no matter what you show, no matter what the Discovery Channel, you know, wants to show guys about it. You know, it is freaking not that, and it is a motherfucker. So now we go into run us through a little bit of Hell Week, dude.
Well, it rained the first 2 days. That was fun. Uh, the anticipation for it is, I think it's just like, you get so jacked up, and then once it starts, you just start doing it. You just start reacting, and I actually enjoyed like the first part, breakout. I thought it was actually kind of fun with him shooting all the guns off and stuff, and just running around mass confusion. I thought it was kind of fun actually, but right after that, you start doing the boats on heads, and you're making your way down the beach, and basically, you're not going to be, stopping for a while after that. So, I mean, it sucks, but you just do it, I think, when did it start raining? It was a cold winter class. I know that. We just, I think you do that long run, that really long run down to Imperial Beach, and then, it's game on, It's not like what they show on TV at all. It's, they kind of, well, there's no way to put it, they just kick your ass, basically.
Yeah, that's the important thing for guys. There's been a bit of discussion over a couple of comments I made about what they will and what they will not show on TV. And guys took that the wrong way to show why wouldn't the Discovery Channel show the really hard evolutions on that thing, and it's not that. It's just there are some things at BUDS and things down here, of course, that will never be shown on TV. And, damn. It's a wake-up call. You haven't seen it, and they like the shock value of it, and, it's bad. And some of the stuff you're talking about. So you're 2 days into the rain, getting your ass pounded. How was it after breakout when you went into the sunrose on Monday?
The best feeling is when you see that sun coming up. It's, it's just like, it's actually a really good feeling seeing the sun, because, it starts getting warmer out. The only thing that sucked was, the sun would go away once it started raining, but...
Did they still put you guys in the ocean at sunset and have you wave goodbye to the sun?
Actually, no, we didn't do that, actually.
Damn.
Well, they may have done that later on in the week. Of course, I wasn't there for that, but...
So, now we're into Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tell us what went on, man. How are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Well, after the first night and Monday, you're really getting pounded. You're doing all the running with the boat on your head. We already, by Tuesday, we'd already gotten both log PTs done, which were pretty brutal, and we had done the one evolution steel pier, which, I mean, guys dropped like flies. It was so cold, we probably lost like 15 guys in that evolution alone. So
that is steel pier of Moontan?
Yeah, the one where you're standing there, you jump in, shred for 15, and then you get out, and you stand there, basically just freeze your butt off.
Yeah, laying around on the big steel barge, and the instructors called it Moontan. We're all going to get Moontans. Terrible. And always enough to pull that. So, go ahead.
Yeah. So, after that, we had the base tour, and that's when, I'm going to say this, for these guys, don't be like me, and, run the whole time in the middle of the boat and kill yourself and just, break yourself. Guys need to work together, and, you need to switch that. You need to switch it up, because you got guys whining and crying, and then you got guys in the middle, dying, really trying to put forth the effort, but, they ain't got nobody coming in there to help them, So if, you're out there and you're doing it, I would say, switch out. Basically, help your buddies out, because you're not going to get through it alone, that's for sure. There's going to be some point where you're going to need help from somebody at some point.
Well, it turns into my dad's old advice, one hand for yourself and one for the ship. You got to take care of yourself, and you expect others to do it, and then you do it in return. But there is a lot of that at times that, it's a one dude, just trying to keep it together out there for everyone. It takes a toll, man.
Yeah.
So what went on?
For the base tour, I ran in that middle spot the whole time, and pretty much it just tore up my back really bad. And although we were doing good, we were keeping up, and we were keeping up with the lead instructor that was running it. So when we get to stop, we were actually getting to put the boat down and sit on it for a couple minutes before we took off again, because you run from spot to spot, but you do it forever. I'm not even sure how long we did it, but it was a while. But after a while, we stopped in this parking lot, and I was in the middle the whole time carrying all the weight, and now it's time for us to run sprints. And now I'm in the front of the boat running a sprint, trying to drag everyone with me. So I don't want to sound like I'm pointing fingers, but you gotta make sure everyone's doing their job, and that you're not the only one trying to, like you said, pull it all together. Because I think that was one of my downfalls. I wasn't thinking about the whole week long. I was just trying to win every race. And, sometimes I want to say not win the race, but, you're going to wear yourself out for the rest of the week. That's what happened to me anyway. So I just wore myself down from, trying to go too hard, I guess.
So you go over to the chow hall. What was that? Mid-rats over to chow hall on Tuesday?
Yeah, I went to the chow hall. Oh, I can't remember. I can't really remember. Some of that stuff was a blur. But I know Tuesday night was the chow that I went through, and I went through the chow line, and I was, actually kind of smiling, I believe is one of the OICs from the other classes was kind of there. He was a rollback brown shirt, and he was kind of encouraging us, and I kind of smiled at him. He gave me a pat on the back, and I felt pretty good. And I sat down to eat, and next thing you know, I was just in a world of hurt, and I was just having that moment of weakness that you need to get past and get through and keep pushing. But I couldn't get out of that mode. I couldn't, I started thinking about things I shouldn't have been thinking about, and I ended up, quitting soon after that. I just, it's hard to explain, because it felt really surreal in that bell. And then I really woke up and I was like, wow, what the heck did I just do? And then I was looking out at everybody else getting ready to go back out, and I was like, man, I really screwed up.
Well, if I remember when you and I talked when it happened, I found it very strange, but you had mentioned that you don't even remember hearing the bell ring the second time. It was like a wake-up call when it snapped the third time.
Yeah, it was. I don't even, I don't know, like, yeah, it was pretty weird. I sat in the truck, and I felt that heat in my face, and I tried hard, I was biting my lip, to hold back the tears, because I knew I'd screwed up so bad, and it was a wake-up call.
So what did they do after that? You've done the deed, and so what happens the rest of that night?
Well, they put you on some kind of stupid suicide watch, and basically you can't even, you're all beat up, and you're sleeping on this stupid ass cot, and it sucks. It sucks. You're in this big room. You're in one of those big classrooms. They keep a watch on you because, like, a lot of guys, after they quit, they get, like, really depressed and, they just want to keep an eye on you so you don't do anything stupid. And, you pretty much got a person following you around in the bathroom and stuff. It just sucks.
And so when did you leave, Buds?
I left I think the next day I was, I had to pack up my stuff and move it. I could barely move, but pretty much see you later. So, but, yeah, that sucked. You and, yeah, I quit, but I went over there to that X-Div. I don't know if you know where that was. It's like across the chow hall, and you're in those nasty barracks with all these freaking goons, and, I was just like, man, I shouldn't be here. And that's when, I hate to see people quit. I just wouldn't want anyone to have to go through what I went through.
Easy day. Well, I know it's getting fucking hard. It's hard on all of us here, but what you've done tonight to wake some of these dumbasses up on here is, just to show them, this is not, too many people go in there with that.
Yeah.
Dude, you were, you were a humble guy down here, and just a really strong guy, and that just that fucking moment and the end result, what went on, and now look at you. Now, most guys would never think of doing that again. One time is enough, and they are done. And very quickly, you have done very well for yourself, and you're going back for round 2. So the paperwork's on its way, and shit, you're going back in under a year, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. I'm on the end of finishing up my package. I just got to get that thing submitted, and I'm gonna walk that thing through myself, make sure it gets signed off.
Good.
Because I'll tell you what, man, like, once you've been to Buds and you're around all those SEALs and those good guys, there's just no one else in the whole Navy with that mentality. And you get, I'm here at command right now, and, there's a lot of good people, but a lot of people are lazy, and they'll push their work off on you, and it's just not like that in that community. There's, a lot of great men that have done a lot of great things, and that's just where I want to be. I want to be around people that want to, go out there and do great things, not just sit around.
There you go. Well, now, what lessons, now what are you doing different now, or what lessons have you taken out of that to go in for round 2?
one lesson is, I think one of the big mind games that really kind of screwed me up when I was out there was, you know, I had a girlfriend, and she really kind of screwed me over a little bit before Hell Week. You know, she's playing stupid games or whatever, you know. So any guy that goes out there, I'm just going to throw it out there and say this, you know. I mean, I even had friends. I have a buddy that's a SEAL, and he told me, he's like, hey, man, you should probably break up with your girlfriend. I was like, oh, no, dude. She's a good girl. Well, he was right. So that's one thing that I wish I would have done differently. But something else, really working on my pull-ups a lot more. Definitely running a lot more, because you run everywhere you go. I'm actually training for a triathlon right now, and I'm not, you know, I don't really have the body of a runner. I have more of the body of like a safety in football. So
you're a big boy.
Yeah, so, you know, the main thing is you want to be, I think, the thing that helped me is you want to be well-rounded. You know, you don't necessarily have to be the best at everything, but you want to be good at everything. Because, you know, if you're one of the slower people on something, you know, they're going to notice you, and they're going to pick you out, and they're going to harass you. And I would say, you know, I just try and be well-rounded. You know, I don't want to have any flaws. I may not be the best at everything or at one thing, but, you know, I'm going to be good at everything. So the way I train is, you know, I'll spend, you know, I have my running days. I'll run like every other day, and I'll swim like every other day, and then I'll mix in like time at the gym as well. I'll do circuit training with like my body weight and light weights, and then I'll do like, I'll have days where I'll do like heavy weights for strength, you know, working on my shoulders, because you're going to be extended armed with those logs for a long time. So, you know, build them up, get them strong. So that's what I'm doing. My dad actually made me my own personal log. He just went out and cut a log in half and sanded it up, and I got like an 80-pound log that I just work on going over my head, up and over, like we do out at Bud's. So that's one of the things I got. But I just, you know, I switch up the workouts as much as possible. I try and shock my body, you know, and get that soreness feeling, because that's what they do out there. You know, they're hitting you hard every day. But
Well, I think it's, you know, again, most guys that are in your situation would never think about fucking doing that shit again. So, you know, the attrition rate becomes the attrition rate again, but, you know, a guy like you realizes what went on out there, goes back and corrects it, and, you know, sees what else goes on in the regular Navy or in the regular world. And damn, dude, you get it done the second time. And so many SEALs are. So many SEALs have done that, you know.
yeah.
Just, you know, guys like me, shit just lined up, man. The stars were in the alignment, and I was just lucky. Lucky to have gotten in. But how old were you when you went through?
I was 21.
Yeah, young guy, and, you know, I can look at the attitude now and what you're doing. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. What other, any other final tips for these guys, man?
Yeah, you know, I would just, you know, if everything they've heard, you know, just picture yourself, you know, out there, and then picture yourself somewhere else. Where would you be more happier at? You know, you're going to be more happy getting your ass kicked, hanging out with, you know, instructors all day, getting killed in the sand, than on a boat somewhere. So, you know, just search your hearts, find every reason to stay there whenever you hit that moment of weakness, because I'm just telling you, I'm telling everybody that it just, you know, if it's your dream, it sucks not being able to do that. So
knock it out round 2. There's still a good war going on. Get a piece of that. Let's get a machine gun and get you on the Helo, man.
That's what I've been trying to do.
Go over there and whack some bad guys.
Yeah, that's, you know, that's what I really want to do, is go over there and kick some ass.
There you go, man.
So I even tried doing that with the, you know, trying to get first SMART being a corpsman. And still, they wouldn't give that to me. So, but it's all working out good. I think everything's falling in the right place. You know, they're going to go ahead and push my package through. So I'm glad I didn't go that route at all.
Yeah, good for you. Going to get back there quicker, but good job, man, getting it done.
Hell yeah, I can't wait. You know, I'm foaming at the mouth to get there right now. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
So,
easy day. And Diane said to say hello and go get it done and swing up here when you swing by Little Creek doing your PRT test or some shit. Stop by, dude.
Yeah, we'll do. I'm planning on hopefully, you know, take a weekend and come down there for a Hell Night, because you know, those are always a good thrasher. Just another tool to train, you know.
There you go, man.
So,
well, I appreciate you taking the time, dude. I know it sounds cold. It sounds like you're outside there doing it.
yeah.
Freeze your ass off. Get it done.
Yeah, these barracks suck. I can barely, you know, the connection isn't very good because they're so old, so just get them outside.
Yeah.
But,
dude, I really appreciate it, and very educational for these guys. See the other side of it and what goes on, and you know, guys need to realize what that training is out there and prepare for it and learn. And that's the only way you you know, learn anything. You got to make a couple of mistakes and get it going on. And good for you, man. Round 2 is what it'll take. Get it done. Thanks, bro.
yep, no problem.
You kick some ass. Stay safe down there.
Will do. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, badass. Good job.